All right, folks, here's another video by me. That what caused me to start making this video is Karen just drove by in front of my van. I've been sitting here about maybe 30 minutes in Huntsville, Alabama. I just arrived here recently because I spent 3 days in Birmingham and got $12 given to me by the wonderful, authentic Christians in Birmingham, Alabama. And now we've got Karen that came by, and there's no cars on this end of this Publix where I'm parked. And I've got my sign, as you can see, leaning up against the van, which is free speech. And Karen just came by with her cell phone and took a picture of me and my free speech. And there she goes. Yeah, you better run away because I got you. Come on, Karen. What's wrong, Karen? So, yeah, Karen just ran away because Karen's a fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, this side of my van right here, just to let y'all know, satanic sun symbol at your local Walmart. And just to let everybody know, this is how God works. Count how many are actually there on the little sun symbol on the front of Walmart's. There's 6 of them. I was looking back and forth when I drew that sun symbol on this window, trying to get it exactly the way the other one was. I think I gave up toward the end, which is why it ended up with 7, which is a holy number rather than 6, which is an unholy number, of course. And that was just pure, just happenstance. Just happened to end up with 7 instead of 6. Ain't that amazing? Anyway, Karen just ran away. She's on video too, so she wanted to get my tag number and all that because she's going to get the corporate enforcer police out here to run me off, because that right there offends Karen. Karen can't just drive by that and ignore it and you know, make judgments in her own mind like most people do when they see a vehicle like this parked somewhere with somebody begging for help. They automatically assume, number 1, you're a drug addict, number 2, you're a criminal, or number 3, you're both a drug addict and a criminal. Okay? So Karen has took it upon herself to come around here and be a good enforcer for the corporate demonic overlords that have designed this world the way it is. And she's so brainwashed that the dumb fat cunt, by the way, she's a fat fucking bitch. She probably sits on her fucking couch and shoves bonbons down her gullet all day and has nothing to do but get into other people's business and try to deny other people's rights of free speech. Now, if the police come, of course, this is my hood right here. I beat this thing because I've had about 10 vehicles in my life, and this is by far the biggest piece of shit I've ever owned in my life. But it's all I got. Yeah, it's missing a door. In Pursuit of Truth, that's my buddy Sir Patrick Mack. I love him to death, even though I'm a little skeptical on the whole Q thing. I think we might be getting duped in the ultimate two-step right now by Mr. Trump and the Q operation. I believe either the Q operation is going to end up and Trump are going to be part of the good guys, and there's a bunch of disinfo about them, and they're going to merge with Russell J. Gould, our actual legal and legitimate jurisdictionally correct and actual has authority, Russell J. Gould of War Castles. If you haven't heard about him, you need to go to lastflagstanding.com and watch the video there, or go to YouTube and go to War Castles and watch the oldest videos. And if you don't know anything about it, you really would learn more about and get a good foundation by going to Justinian Deception on YouTube. And the Australian couple of guys down there really have done a heck of a job of educating people about this demonic Mystery Babylon system that was brought down and proven to be complete global fraud. on the people, both the banking and the court system, which is all interconnected globally, in 1999. So we've had, all governments and nations have had illegitimate government with no true legal jurisdiction or authority, because their foundations were brought down in 1999 by our Commander-in-Chief, Russell J. Gould. I fear that Trump is trying to preserve that mystery Babylon, and if he does, then that will be the deadly wound getting healed, right, of the Bible from, Revelation. There's two beasts. The first is the one world government system. You got 7 heads, 7 continents. I've already been through that. But the second beast is Antichrist, which he's either already here and hadn't made himself present and brought himself out into the open yet, or he's going to be here really soon, because the demonic system that has been ruling over us all our lives has been being built for 8,000 years. Now, do you think that Satan and his little 7,000 fallen angel buddies are going to spend another 8,000 years to rebuild it if it gets torn down, or if half of it gets torn down, take another 4,000 years to rebuild that half? No, they're going to show up. And that's where we're at in biblical prophecy. Anyway, I'll show you the back of the van. Back of the van has qmap.pub, which is partially gone because I'm not quite so sure it's a good thing for me to be spreading that around, to be honest with you, anymore. I've been on board for just under 2 years now, barely under 2 years, and learned a lot, but you gotta understand that these people, these Illuminati families, and these blackmailed people, and these people that are actually voluntarily occultists that are part of the Illuminati and all these elites, they, if this is their final play to take down the country they have to take down if they want their global system, then they're going to pull out all the stops, and that may mean having somebody that's a good actor like Donald J. Trump to come along and basically bring the whole system down, or act like he's going to bring the whole system down, when in actuality he's operating and passing laws and saying he has legitimate authority in a system that has been proven to not have any authority or jurisdiction, which means it doesn't exist anymore. Like I said, in 1999 the whole system was brought down. It explains a lot if you understand what I'm talking about. I mean, think about how soon after November of 1999 did 9/11 happen, and what disappeared from under Building 7, and possibly from under one or two of the other 2 buildings. There's a lot of gold went missing on that day. So you see what's going on? Do you see what's going on? I'm surprised the police aren't here. Karen called the police. I don't know if you could see me shaking. I get so mad. I get mad when dumb, ignorant, brainwashed Americans have no concept of the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and how the government is not supposed to rule over us with an iron fist, especially these corporate, all the governments, even the state governments, they're all corporations. They were turned into corporations because of our bankruptcies. You guys got to go to Just Indian Deception and War Castles and learn this stuff, okay? But yeah, I mean, Karen came by because Karen cares. Good old Karen, she cares. I don't know where she went, but she went somewhere down there, I guess. Somebody ate a banana and some orange peels. I wonder if somebody got arrested right here because Karen didn't like them being here, because they were homeless, hungry as shit, and they were eating right here. And Karen didn't like them either. So Karen called the police, and the police probably slammed their head against the fucking curb right here and said, "Hey, look, these corporations, because Karen notified us that you were here, and the corporation's going to do what Karen wants because Karen rules over you, and the corporations rule over you. So, sir, your freedom of speech is non-existent. You don't have any freedom of speech, sir. You need to get out of here, sir. Our name is Publix." Actually, I'm down toward the end. Publix is down there. There's a few, you can see there, the awnings. There's other shops right here, so I don't know if technically I'm on Publix property. Even if I'm on Publix property, you know what the actual reality is? The fucking documents that make Publix and any of these other businesses a legitimate business, it's all language fraud in those contracts and those founding papers or whatever you want to call them. I don't know what the proper terminology is, but yeah, actually Publix doesn't exist in the legal world in reality. That's going to sound crazy to people, but if you don't look into it and you're too lazy to look into it and try to prove me wrong, because if you try to prove me wrong, you're going to prove me right. See? So if you got any guts, if you got any nuts, if you got guts and nuts, you'll find out. If you got either guts or nuts, you got a chance of finding out that what I'm telling you is true. This is Mystery Babylon ruling over the people with an iron fist. And Karen is one of their little undeputized little helpers. So she came by right here in front, and she had her camera, had her passenger side window down, and she came by and she made sure to get my sign as she came by this way. She came by like this, and she got my sign because she's policing and she don't like me. She done profiled me, see. Wait a minute now, see, we got hate crimes here. She profiled me, she came by, got the sign, and then she drove down that way, turned right, and got on this main road right here, and came by very slowly back here. Oh boy, but she wanted to disappear as soon as I showed up with my camera. Huh? She didn't want to be on film, did she? No, she didn't. Look at this. She turned right, came right back here so she could get my tag, which is expired. Ask me if I give a fuck if my tag is expired. Ask me if I'm going to pay a ticket if I get a ticket for that expired tag. Nope. Know why? There's no jurisdiction for the police either. They have no legal authority. The states don't have legal. We might as well not have state lines right now, people. All of the state constitutions are going to have to be rewritten in the new quantum language that our good friend Russell J. Gould has so nicely, being a genius, come up with to take the language sorcery and deception out of the words. You want an example? The word property. Pro means no, PER means person, and TY is contract. So any legal document where you are in a courtroom claiming anything that is your property, PROPERTY, the lawyers, the snake lawyers, have a way out of it because, see, they work for the English Crown. The BAR, British Accredited Registry. Yeah. That makes pretty much all bar lawyers, they're all treasonous, you see, because they're working for a foreign power and ruling over the people here. That's not why the people came here from Europe way back a long time ago. Now, some of the higher ups, like Benjamin Franklin, he knew some of these secret society secrets, and he had a lot to do with a lot of the wording in our founding documents. And yes, there's sorcery. Our Constitution's been rewritten. I think our Bill of Rights has also been rewritten. I think the Declaration of Independence is really unimportant, quite frankly. I know it sounds eloquent and people want it, but it's so full of language deception if you syntax it. There might be people out there that are a lot better with computers than me that can syntax and know what that means. That's what Russell does, is he syntax these legal documents and takes the deceptive language out of it and corrects it. That's how he came up with this new quantum language, that all legal documents, including constitutions of governments, nations, states, everything's got to be rewritten. There are no laws. I mean, it might even go all the way back to the garden, because I think that's when they started or at least Nimrod, when the Tower of Babel and striking different languages. Well, the serpent seed, the descendants of Cain, went to work real quickly on trying to manipulate mankind through deceptive language. It's not really difficult stuff, folks. I guess Karen got spooked and decided she didn't want to be on YouTube or be videoed, so I don't see any police here. I guess she's probably in there, probably talking to management at Publix, going,
Well, come out here and be a totalitarian corporate overlord tyrant and run him off because he's practicing free speech and it's making me uncomfortable.
fuck you, Karen. We need to take Karens because they're mentally unstable. Most Karens, and believe me, I deal with Karen all the time. Most Karens are mentally unstable and they need to be institutionalized. Or at least slapped. Anyway, I'm getting back in here. I'm going to cut this one short here again. But let's see. What do we got over here? Damn, do we have police over here that's chicken shit to come over here to me? Oh, I got ran off. I've already seen the police once today. This will be the second time. I'm not leaving. Fuck them. This will be the second time. I was sitting at a gas station. I was broke. I've been broke since about noon yesterday. Finally got somebody to give me a little bit of cash. And of course I gave them what I could, which is just access to information and real truth. Which is actually, considering the last 2 years of what I've learned and the fact that the videos in my playlist are probably 580 to 600 videos now. It's a condensed version of what I've learned over the last 2 years or so. And, you know, I don't know what my point was there. I'm still pissed off. I'm not really healthy and my heart's racing right now because I'm really just mad as hell. So, but anyway, I guess somebody's going to come along. But the police, the 3 police cars that surrounded me at the gas station, it was a twice daily, which I've seen those before, but they're not in Georgia. And I've been in Georgia most of the time here the last couple of years. But, it's called a twice daily, and I've seen it before. But what's interesting is, and if I see another one, I may do another video and film it. There's a 6-sided. It's like a pentagon is 5 sides, right? An octagon is 8 sides. Well, this was I don't know what 6. I guess that's a hexagon, maybe. But 6-sided, you know, symmetrical geometric shape that was on the front of the building in 2 different places. Well, I'm sitting there and this guy pulls up in this truck, and he obviously works directly for them, and that was one of their own trucks by that corporation that owns that chain of convenience stores and gas stations or whatever. And he pulled up right beside me, and that same shape was on his door. And that same shape was on his door, and inside of that shape, rather than having Buffalo Coffee or whatever the hell was written on it on the front of the building, on his passenger side door on his truck, which was, like I say, it's one of their corporate trucks. He worked for them. It had the same shape, 6-sided, symmetrical, each section of each side exactly the same length. Kind of looks like a pentagon, but there's 6 instead of 5 sides, right? Or 6 instead of 8, like an octagon. Our overlords out of Switzerland, that's their shape that they love. So I guess you reduce sides and you're going down the pyramid, I guess. Maybe that works out that way. But anyway, there was a number 6. The number 6 only was inside of that shape on his door. Below that was the number 6 again, okay? And then with no spaces at all, lowercase ASA or AS something, and then the number 6 written, SIX. So if you take the 6 inside of the shape and the 6 at the beginning of what's written below it and the 6 that's written out, SIX, you've got 3 6s, 666. Now what that, I think it was ASE. Yeah, it was the number 6 and then lowercase a, lowercase s, lowercase e, and then 6 written out, SIX. No spaces in between any of that. Now you tell me that's not satanic and occult owned corporation. I'm sorry, you can't. It is. Folks, we got to get rid of these people. All of these corporations, all of these people need to go. I don't want to preserve a damn thing from the old system. I don't want to preserve DC. I want to see missiles hit DC. I want to see missiles hit the Georgia Guidestones. Okay. And I want to see missiles hit several other things. I don't think there should be. The Statue of Liberty, that hermaphrodite, androgyne, man-faced ISIS symbol. It's an occult thing. If you don't believe that that's an occult symbol that France sent over here and put in the harbor up there, if you don't believe that, then you just need to get unlazy and go look into it. The problem with the people in this country are we're a bunch of fat, lazy, brain dead, brainwashed by public government schools, which Neil Bortz used to call them government indoctrination centers. I believed it back then, but damn do I believe it now. But yeah, folks, we've got to insist these people go. And I hope Trump is a good guy and that he means what he's been saying, but I fear that I see something a little deeper. And I think he's trying to preserve the old system by pretending that this election coming up is an actual legitimate election. Okay? As a matter of fact, I think Russell J. Gould has most of our military behind him, and he's the one instituting this global cleanup. And Trump is acting like he's the one directing it when he has absolutely no authority over it. So we need to really examine things, folks. This is a very historic biblical time in history, and we need to examine it and demand the actual facts and the actual truth. And if people are lazy enough to not go looking for it, hey, you're going to get what you deserve. And it may be a FEMA camp and a guillotine. That's worst case scenario, but it's possible. Do you think you might want to quit going out to eat every other night and watching your favorite shows for 3 hours every waking second of your spare time? I don't care if you work 50, 60 hours a week. Spend some time in your spare time researching shit, because this shit is serious. This ain't no joke. This is real stuff. We have problems here, folks. If you think we've been living in a free country, it wasn't free when I was born 51 years ago. But it's way worse now. So come on, folks, let's wake up. I guess Karen's little bitch ass went on home and started shoving bonbons back down her fucking fat face. That's what she needs to do. She's probably on a government check too. But oh boy, she wants the police. Oh goodness, I'm gonna film this bomb. See, that's what people do. And she probably calls herself a Christian too. She probably goes to church, even if you don't go to church. If you ask her, what is your religion, or are you non-religious? She'd probably say, I'm a Christian. Oh, really? Okay. So does Christianity teach for you to judge people to be bad or good by a glance at the shape of the vehicle that they're in and whether or not they're in such dire straits that they're having to ask and beg people for help? Which is free speech, by the way, especially if I'm not at the front door like many gas stations in certain bad areas. There's 2 or 3 drug addicts that are standing right at the 2 doors that go into some of these gas stations, harassing the shit out of people as they walking through the damn door. I'm not doing that. I got a board leaning against a fucking van. Are you such a snowflake little pussy-ass bitch or bitch-ass that you can't fucking drive by and look at it and just drive off and leave the son of a bitch alone? No, we got to have him toted off somewhere. We'd rather him go off somewhere and not be able to eat, not be able to drink, not be able to put gas in his vehicle, and not be able to survive. We want him dead. You see? And really, that's what the programming, the programming of these people's minds, these Karens, that's what it leads them to. It makes it so that they are aiding and abetting the evil people, that these corporate overlords, these demonic corporate enforcers that deny the rights of citizens. Okay? These are the people. These are the people, the Karens. Karen cares so much. No, Karen don't care. Karen just wants to get in other people's business and deny other people their rights because her dumbass, fat, gout, gorging brain has been programmed that, oh, these people here are bad. If you see somebody
that's begging for money anywhere in your community, you go ahead and call the police and have the corporate enforcement police come along and run them off, because we'd rather run them off and die somewhere, because we don't give a fuck about them. That's for damn sure. Karen don't care about me, see. Karen cares about being recognized as somebody that cares. That's all. Karen's a dumbass and a fat piece of shit with bonbons stuck in her esophagus. Bye, Karen. I guess the fucking camera coming out just fucking ran you slap the fuck off. She probably done gone to her house and that much further on the other side of it, because it scared her so bad. I hope it did. Where you at, Karen? Bring your little bitch ass on. Come on, you fucking cunt. Anyway, I'm done for this video. The gloves are off. The gloves are gonna be off every time I do a video from now on. So if anybody happens to see this and you like the viciousness that's in my attitude, that you feel coming across in my words and the way that they're said, well, maybe my videos might actually be worth watching. But I still say that you're gonna learn a lot more, and it's gonna stick a lot better if you get information coming not from me, but from my playlist. Go to my playlist. There's a bunch of categories. There may be one or two more added. I may alter a few of them. I've already got a couple of them I need to go and alter the title of the category slightly or completely. But I just started the channel like 7-8 days ago, maybe less than that. So, I mean, give me a break. What can I do? I've uploaded 600 videos into 18, 19 different playlists. What do you want from me? I'm trying to help best I can, you know. We got an enemy, and our enemy may be in disguise right now, folks. Our enemy may be pulling the biggest fast one on us that there is, because the only path for the people is to have fair contract from here on out, because we've had unfair contract. If you look into language deception at all, you'll realize we've had unfair contract. Like damn near every fourth, fifth word in a legal contract is complete fraud, because the lawyers, the snakes, know how to twist it in court if you happen to be somebody that they want to handle roughly. You know, they can go talk to the judge and say, look, you know, this is the way it works. Come on, we're going to have to sentence him. You know, that's the way it goes. So, anyway, I'm out. I'll see you guys next time. Later.